Yeah, this is a real spin job here. You know, a lot of people might not understand at home the technical aspects of how this works. But this bill comes from a conference committee. So there's no amendments. Whatever comes out here, you just got to take it or leave it. And there is so much we can do. I have a bill on my desk with language we could have put in here, talking about cell phones. Why are we having such a mental health crisis with our kids? Well, whatever they're seeing on their cell phones, whatever social media they're looking at is causing some pretty serious changes in the development of our kids. Over the summer, I read a book called The Anxious Generation. There's a lot in there I agree with. I agree with the data. Some of the stuff, I just have a different point of view than the author, but I agree overall there's something we have to do. No conversation about that. No, let's just try to go after the symptoms. Let's just go after the mental health, throw some money at it, and go home. Nope, no talk about real problems. Let's try to address the problems. Nope, don't have time for that. Another spin job. I was completely perplexed at the $600 million. What in the world could Republicans be blamed about for not putting $600 million back into the school systems? They're talking about raiding the pension fund. That money's not going back, it's being taken from. For something to be taken back, it needs to go somewhere and then come back. The money is just being diverted. Absolutely ridiculous spin job. That is the worst rhetoric I have ever seen. At least try a little harder next time. My gosh, you guys are the best at it. You're way better at spinning than we are. That was pathetic. My gosh, what other stuff was in here? Oh, the tattletale provision. So we can have a government where we set up a hotline for kids to call and tell on their parents to the government. Great job. Really, that's exactly what our founding fathers had in mind when they designed our government. Hey, let's make sure kids can tattle on their parents so we can go in their houses and check on them. Brilliant. That's going to work. Didn't know. Here's another one. This one really burns me. This is like a cat and mouse game year after year. Is the school safety money going to be able to go to private schools, for non-public schools, to make sure those kids are safe? Nope, not going to happen this year. I am sick of it. I am so sick of it. Those kids have the same risks as everyone else. My wife works at a private school, and it's not some highfalutin place. It's in the middle of the country. It was started in 1893 by a Catholic priest who said, we're going to have these rural kids get an education. Well, good luck trying to keep them safe. It's not like their parents pay taxes. Unbelievable. Every year, back and forth, I got to check. Are my kids going to be eligible for these funds or not? Are the other kids whose kids go to Catholic school going to be eligible? Well, not this year. Great work. This funding's one time. That's another issue. Another practical issue would have been nice to be able to discuss. Schools are not going to invest in school resource officers, which is the absolute best way to keep our kids safe, if they don't know the funding is going to be there year after year. They make contracts with local law enforcement agencies for several years typically. Well, if it's a one-year funding, then they might not do it. They might not feel comfortable making that long-term investment. No discussion about that because it came out of conference. No discussion ahead of time, no ability to put amendments up. There's other things that aren't right about this bill. Part of the problem I can't tell you about is I didn't have time to really review it and talk to my local administrators, do my normal due diligence. But I'll tell you the biggest problem with it. It's not the bill we voted on this morning. My fellow colleague from Grand Rapids has a bill that would fully restore this funding, and it doesn't have any of this nonsense in it. That's the bill we should be voting on right now.